Viewers who don't know who I am, hello, I'm Skippy956, and this is my world that me and a couple of friends made together on one night stand, and we decided to turn it into a kind of a thing that we always did. So, hi, I'm the Stormtrooper, duh, and over there is my new castle that I'm working on this stream. This is my buddy's Blake's house. If you don't know much about Blake, if you haven't tuned into my other streams, he's a buddy of mine I met on Crew 2. Actually, I didn't meet him on Crew 2, I met him through a YouTube live stream. I've taught him how to farm. Mostly build houses better than he used to. Cow farms, no cows. Yeah, that's much about Blake. My buddy Caleb. Caleb's farm. And then his house. I basically taught him how to improve on farming. I didn't teach him how to farm, but I taught him how to improve. I don't know what he's doing up there. If you don't know much about Caleb, if you haven't tuned into my other past live streams, like you haven't Blake, Caleb's a friend I met in middle school, 6th grade. Met him at the first day. Buddies ever since. Now, Caleb, I don't know if you're watching this. I'm not meaning this in a bad way. Caleb is, well, this is one of the games he really likes to play because Fortnite makes him mad, Call of Duty makes him mad, Rainbow, etc, etc, etc. This game is not competitive, it's fun, imagining, like a map for your imagination and stuff. That's my home that I'm working on. That's our mine over there. That is my farm. Sugarcane stuff. The bell. Yeah. So, let's continue on. Yeah, I got a very secure storage system right here. You know, totally not out in the open. My diamond stuff is totally not out in the open. Many of y'all think, oh, why didn't you do a really, like, detailed stream before? You probably cheated. No. I have a lot of peers that have watched me play this with no cheats. I've started this world at the beginning, played it ever since. This game, mainly I like this game for how it's not one thing like Fortnite is. Like Fortnite, well, Fortnite could be many things, but you know what I mean. Fortnite saved the world, zombies and stuff. Minecraft, or not Minecraft, Battle Royale, that's what I'm meaning by it. Fortnite grew off of its Battle Royale. Fortnite wasn't anything. Back in 2011, Fortnite was nothing. Fortnite was a game that was supposed to be coming out in 2014, but they released it at 2011 E3. People thought it was gonna be, oh, it's another adventuring zombie game that you progress through, and the more you progress, the more you get boring of, yada yada yada, etc, etc. But late 2017, they released a free-to-play beta access Battle Royale game mode. And that's whenever it blew off. Enough about Fortnite, more about Minecraft, the game we're playing. Minecraft isn't one thing. It's multiple things. Building, mining, etc, etc. It's imagination that goes into this game. This game's been out for 10 years, and it's still growing to be a well-known, updated game. Now what you might say, oh, this 12 or 13-year-old playing Minecraft, talking about it, persuasive to buy the game. I'm not telling you to buy the game. I'm also might be telling you to buy the game. It's none. It's kinda in the middle. Now, if you don't like building and survival games, not the game for you. If you come here to watch just a survival gameplay of people building, progressing into the game, well, you come to the right place. The game is more of on the building side. Say create, this is a guessing factor. I don't know if this is true or not. If it is true, well, I'm lucky, I guess. Thinking like these creators like sat in a room thinking, what can we do? A lot of people, like, I'm guessing, like, they were like, oh, Legos, like, you can build stuff, and it's like you get pieces, and you can make that certain item, or you can make more items. Like, Minecraft is that, but instead of pieces, it's one item. And that one item is the main item of this game, the main shape of this game is a cube. And you're probably thinking, well, how do you build things with a cube? It's the point. It's your imagination that goes into this game. Originally, Minecraft started off as not Pocket Edition. Started off on the Xbox 360, 2009. A lot of people thought it was going to be a trashy game. A lot of people thought it was just going to be a game you play for a month and then you sell it. It's not like that. Minecraft can be multiple things. Minecraft can be maybe only one thing. You don't know whenever you play it. And that's the most things about games. Think of the new Spider-Man PS4 game. Oh, Spider-Man, you do the campaign, you get done with it you do the campaign, you beat it in a day, big deal. No, Spider-Man can be multiple things. You can have fun with it, you can compete with friends, trophies. A game can only be multiple in a single thing. You just never know once you play it. Now I can't sit here and say Minecraft is the best game or Minecraft is the worst game. I can't tell you that. That's the point of a game. Take my brother for instance, and Eric, if you're watching this, I'm not blaming you for everything, or I'm not calling you out or anything, or saying this stuff to be mean or anything. My brother once said, look at the reviews. Have you not looked at the reviews and that? It's like a movie. You don't want to watch a movie. Oh, what if the movie's bad? What if the movie's good? You don't look at other people's opinions. That's the big word right there. Opinion. Now, an opinion, if you don't already know, is a fact that other people believe in. For example, like saying, oh, well, I believe that iPhone is better than Android, or Android's better than iPhone, or they're both the same. Well, it's up to the buyer, it's up to the viewer. It's all up to the viewer. People might look at something and they say, well, this thing doesn't have any views or has any reviews on it, or it has a lot of bad reviews on it. Well, you don't look at reviews. That's the point. That's why that's why movies and games don't get a lot of buys anymore. Because everyone looks at YouTube. Don't get me wrong, YouTube's a wonderful place. Like, if you don't know what the game is, you want to watch the game and not play it. Say you're too scared to play it, you could watch someone play it, or look up reviews for it. Now, looking up reviews is not a bad thing. Can be a bad thing, but it's not also a bad thing. And you might be wondering, why is this 13, 14-year-old talking about reviews and opinions and facts and stuff while playing Minecraft? Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals, I'm doing a live commentary. You might not know what that is, but a live commentary means where I talk about stuff, and it's gonna mean more stuff, and then it talks about more stuff. See, I just did it again, and again, and again. Well, I'm almost finished. I gotta remove that. That definitely has to go. It blocks the view of my house. But if you already don't know, if you have been living under a bridge, subscribe to my channel and you'll get more of this and more of my friends' funny shenanigans, Destiny 2, Black Ops 3, or Black Ops 4, Fortnite, many more. Oh, it is currently 6:32 while I'm talking about this, July 7th, Sunday. Reason why I'm streaming is because I have nothing better to do. I think a couple more higher. I think that's good. Perfect. My original plan was I'm gonna clear this whole part right here out so you can see more of it. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll move my stuff around. My dad should be waking up any minute now for work, and saying, "Why are you doing that?" It's called the grind. The grind, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people come to YouTube, or a lot of people play games for the fun. Some people don't. Some people just play the games to play. Who got me into Minecraft, you're asking? The same person who hated Minecraft. My brother. I first started getting into Minecraft whenever I was like 4 years old. Minecraft was just a simple game. Now it's turned into something like huge. It used to be just a game saying, oh, you build stuff. Survival wasn't even a thing. It was just creative. That's where the game started. It started as someone didn't have a name for it. And skins came out on PC. People wanted to make mods. People wanted to make servers, and how the game still online. Servers weren't popular. The game would just be survival, adventure, and it's boring. That's why this game is much more fun than PC. I'm not saying this game isn't fun. This game is fun. It's just much more fun on the PC. Oh, you play GTA, Mario, or parkour. Say you didn't want to play Fortnite, but you wanted to play Minecraft, but you missed Fortnite, but you want to play Minecraft more. You can play Fortnite, Minecraft, Fortnite, whatever you want to call it. You might be asking, why'd you put glowstone right here? It's because this update, you could put mob spawners. They are mobs. If you don't know what mobs are, they're like zombies, creepers, and stuff. But like creepers and, or not creepers, zombies and skeletons, whenever they come close to glowstone, they burn. 'Cause, you know, realistic. So what I'm gonna plan on doing is I'm planning on putting a storage room here, and like more storage, and then furnaces, like under the stairs. And then right here is gonna be a sign like introducing me, and then this is gonna be like my bedroom. This is what Minecraft is supposed to be, imagination. Time to go sleep. So I can make a day, so I can have like, what is my dog doing? Oliver, what are you doing? Wake up. Wake up. Don't sleep like that, you're gonna hurt yourself. And I don't want you to hurt yourself or I'm gonna cry. Done it before and I will do it again. I need to get more coal. Oh, never mind, I don't need coal, I have torches right here. Duh. Alright. What I'm thinking about doing is keeping the single door and being like, oh, it's a single door, it's trash, but walk in, there's gonna be entrance to the watchtower. Need to put that there, need to put that there. More coal. There we go. Now you're probably wondering, if you have played this game, why not put glowstone? Well, if you don't know, glowstone is like really freaking hard to get. And it took me an hour to get all the glowstone around there because my nether spawn is dumb. And I had to reset it a couple times and it sucked because I forgot to get the torches the first time, and that was a lot of torches out the window. You find my axes. I'll use my diamond axe for now. Just clear all the chests that don't have anything in it. That has something in it. That has something in it. It doesn't have anything in it. That's the one of the mortgages. Okay, I said I was gonna turn most of the bottom room into a storage room. So I'm gonna start over here. It's gonna be boom, boom, boom. Can you open this chest up? Boom, boom. And I'm gonna go get some stuff. I'll organize later. Organizing takes a while. I'll organize whenever I moved everything in. Let's grab the chest with least stuff in it. So it's this chest. Need put this right here. Where am I gonna put this? Oh. I might put it downstairs. Like right here, but I also gotta move it. Actually, that's a perfect idea to put it right there, and I'll build like stuff around it. Alright, I'm getting excited. Grab all this stuff. I had to take that block of TNT away from Blake because he was threatening everyone to blow up their freaking house. Like, he was threatening me and Caleb that he would blow up our houses, and I had to take it away from him. So I'll keep it here. Safekeeping. Again, I'm gonna organize this. I'm gonna make like one row for like what's it called? For wood, blocks, stuff, everything. Put signs on it that says it. Stuff. I know if this is a good chest, I take everything. Yoink. I also take everything in this one. Yoink. Put more chests in the chest part. That is uneven. I need to get that right. Just noticed. Actually gonna keep my armor on me. What are these chests? Building blocks. I think I can pick everything up. Roughly. What? My frackin' pickaxe. Need that. I do. I do. I do. Do. Hey Google. Never mind. I don't know why I had so much freaking. Oh yeah, I built my farm. I cleared most of that land out, and it took me ages, dude. Like, you have to have patience to play this game too. Like, that's one thing I didn't have whenever I first played this game. Like, I first played this game. Whenever I played it, I'm like, boring, so I quit. Came back to it, played a different game, like different level. Like created a new whole new survival world. Got bored of it. Created another one. Cause I got freaking. I know this is my you're a pussy. Oh you're a chicken or something like that. But like to kids, sometimes anything could be scary to you. I mean, like, anything. I was mostly scared of the creepers, because they just surprise you and just blow you up in the face. Face scared me. I remember once I played the game, and I got scared of it, and I remember not playing the game for, like, a week. Minecraft was like the best game to play, cause I wasn't really big on Call of Duty, cause I got really big on Call of Duty, like playing it whenever Black Ops 3 came out. Am I wondering, well, Black Ops 3 is a trash game. Black Ops 3 was freaking introducing of XL movement and stuff. Well, if you're saying that, well, you can go sit on a pine cone. And I met two friends that we barely play with, and the name, oh god, I didn't even mean to break those, but just met a friend, two friends actually, do a post, but they were different posts. And on Xbox, like PlayStation, there's like community posts, but they're group like chats and stuff, and they're communities. And I remember making a post or joining a post for this challenge. It was a weapon challenge, and you had to get 75 wins. And you're probably thinking, well, 75 wins is easy. Why couldn't you do it easier, like by yourself? Well, at the time, it was a limited challenge. We only had a couple of days to complete it whenever you activated it. And I met a friend called Bootless Hydra. Bootless, if you're watching this, why don't you play with me? Why don't you send me anything? I know I'm not trying to be rude. We hardly ever play, and if you would like to get back together, doors always open. I play almost every day. I try to play almost every day at least. And whenever I met Bootless, I didn't know he would turn out to be my friend for 5 years. It's almost been 4 actually. I met whenever that challenge came out whenever I was like 9 years old. And I need one more, are you kidding me? Challenge came out whenever I was 9 years old. And I specifically remember the map that we first played. It was Carbine. It was Search and Destroy, because Search and Destroy was the quickest game mode to get through with everything. whenever you complete a match, it was like 10 minutes, but when TDM it went like 15 minutes, because anything could happen, anything. And whenever I mean anything, I mean anything. And whenever we were playing, there was two other guys that I don't know anymore. They weren't really nice. They left of rage, and it was just me and him left, and it was kind of awkward, because it was a silent, like, 2 or 3 minutes of no one, not me and him talking. And I remember him saying, "So, you want to do this again some other time?" I'm like, "Sure, that would be dope." And that's whenever the freaking word, I always said it, dope. And I wanted to kill anyone who says it right now. I hated that word. I don't know why. I hate that word still. And whenever that happened, we weren't talking like we started out. And a few days go by, we barely talk. It's kind of like you know how like a friendship goes, you're like awkward, but you still want to play with them. You're like an awkward situation where there's you and him, and there's this wall, and you haven't broke through that wall, reached through and grabbed your friends, say, "Hey, let's play." Usually, like, say you're in that situation, and you're the person who doesn't want to play, but they say, that's what friendship is all about. You can't always be the one hiding behind that wall. You have to break through and grab your friend. A few days go by, we don't talk, and I still need help with that dumb challenge. Actually, no, we completed the challenge, and I just wanted more people to play with. I wanted a full 6 team, and never came to be, because 6, big number. A few days go by, make another group tag. I make it this time. I'm saying, it says, I remember it saying multiplayer, looking for friends to play, chill, relax, have fun. And I put on the post level 40 and higher, because everyone during that day was noobs. I mean noobs. And no one really played because of group tags. Group tags weren't a thing. Group tags were introduced like way after, and I said that on the other. And whenever I posted it, this random person joined saying, "Hey, can I play?" I didn't know this person would turn out to be another friend. I was friends for 4 years, and his name is King of Gods X69. And he didn't do 69 for the joke. He did it for just, I don't know. I didn't know this guy was a god at this game. He was a god. It said it in his name. At the time I said no. He left. I felt bad. And I messaged him back, and I'm like, "Sorry for being rude. Yeah, you can play." From that very frackin' moment, I invited him to the game party. And before I did, I asked him, I'm like, "So what level are you?" He said, "Oh, I'm Prestige Master level blah blah blah." At the time, Prestige Masters were like, "Oh my god, you're a Prestige Master. You must be like..." Oh, it was like an OMG moment. Now it's just like a whatever, because everyone in that game is a Prestige Master. Big deal. But think it was around, it was in the 290s or the 300s. Because I remember, because whenever we played, I remember that three or the two. And I was like, sure. He was like, dude, believe me. And I'm like, yeah, I'll believe it whenever I see it. And he joined. I saw the number and I'm like, because the number by your name and the symbol said, like, if it was yellow, that means you're a prestige master. If it was just white, that means you're just a puny human. I don't care. It was a map. It was like a map where there was a train on one side, and there was like two buildings. It was a farm and stuff. And if you and I played through it with him for a day, added him. And King, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for saying this, but the time with your mic, you sounded like a chick. That's why one of the reasons why I played with you. Gamer girls were like instantly like, oh, you gotta play with them. Like every gamer girl you wanted to play with. I remember asking the question, hey, are you a guy or a girl? Because that's a mean question to ask over the internet. And he said, I'm a dude. And he was like, okay, just making sure. I believe he even said, I know it's probably my mic or something like that, but yeah. And whenever I brought King and Bootless, those were their nicknames because you didn't want to say the full gamer tag, like, oh, hey, King of Gods X69, there's a guy on the right. Too long to say. Or Bootless Hydra, there's a guy on the right. We made nicknames for each other. Like, my name was Angry Bird 395. And mine was either Angry or Bird. And I liked Angry better because that's how my personality was. I didn't know when to stop my anger issues because sometimes I get angry really fast over games. And whenever I brought these two together, they were instantly friends. They were talking. They even, believe me, sometimes friends don't do this. Like, my friends don't even do this sometimes. I know Blake does it with my cousin, but he doesn't do it with Caleb. Sometimes friends don't talk to each other whenever the main person there was around. Because I was the main person. Like, I'm the main person in this group. I make basically all the rules. I made the map. I made people come together. I made people apologize. I'm like the mayor or the president or the president's presidents. I don't know. But usually whenever I didn't have much friends, and much other friends didn't talk to my friends. Like, it was called Friends of Friends. These guys weren't friends of friends, they were friends. They were best friends. And they talked more together than we talked together. And that's what made our friendship grew. Flash forward a couple of years in the future. Rainbow was Bootless's game to play. It wasn't Call of Duty anymore. It wasn't Fortnite. It wasn't any other game. King flash forward a couple years in the future. His game was still Call of Duty. Grinding. And I was still sticking to any game that I would play. I would play Minecraft. I would play Call of Duty. Any game they wanted to play, I would play. That's how I like to roll my friendships. I don't like picking the games and forcing people to play. Blake, if you're watching this, you're probably saying, well, you force me all the time to play Minecraft. If I ever forced you to play Minecraft, you wouldn't have built this house. You wouldn't have built in this farm. You wouldn't have it committed to this world. Same goes to you, Caleb. Same goes to anybody who plays with me and commits to something. That's not making someone do something. Whenever I got introduced to Bootless's friends called, his real life friends, his friends called Goober and C Hello, aka Baljeet, that Indian kid from Phineas and Ferb. They called him Baljeet because he looked like Baljeet. He was short, he was kind of Indian. I didn't like Baljeet. I didn't like C. I kinda don't like Goober, but Goober, your friend, I consider you as a person I consider to play with. I don't consider you as a friend because we barely talk. I only talk to you whenever I play with Bootless or stuff. And see, like, this all broke down whenever we like found each other on Rainbow. Rainbow was a game, basically it was a 5v5, defense versus attackers, attackers versus defenders and such. It was a 2v2, and me and Bootless taught y'all how to play Rainbow because they weren't big on games back then. Now they are, and I met a friend called Bootless's friends. I think Bootless became more toxic whenever he found Rainbow. He's like, it's more sarcastic than he was. More so sarcastic now. King's just the same, but he doesn't talk to me. King got a PlayStation just because of he wanted to play with us. He never does anymore. I rarely even play with him. I think it was whenever I met his friends and I didn't want to play with Bootless because his friends finally got a console to play with him. Bootless got a PC because Bootless only has one PlayStation. He plays either, I think it's his dad's or his mom's. His dad's pretty cool. King just got to the other, I don't know how to say this, but he just got different than he was. I really wish I could go back to one day where it was just us three in an Xbox One party where we talked for freaking hours and played games for hours. I don't even know how I played Call of Duty like that back then. I could prestige during a week. I could have made it prestige master, but my last day on Call of Duty Black Ops 3, no, not my stream, that was probably the last time I actually played it, but last time I really played it was a 1v1 against Bootless, and I was gonna reset my stats if I lost. I didn't lose, but I still reset my stats, and I think that was the glue that unstuck our friendship. Us not playing that game. That was the game that started our friendship. Even though we still don't play, I don't consider us best friends. I just consider us friends. Now, long story short, King, he's fun to play with. He's just quiet, criticizes games. It's what I like about him. No homo. Freaking, he's a good friend. A lot of people say you don't need to be talking to that guy because he criticizes everything, and he's very sarcastic, and he's very like unmature. He's like 20 something years old and he lives with his mom, which is true. He's 20 something years old and lives with his mom. There's nothing wrong with that. He's a nice guy. He's funny. Bootless. He's funny too. He's a meme guy. Even though they call me the meme god, I don't know why. Probably something funny they talked up. My old gamer tag used to be Skippy, and they call me Skippy. Flash forward. First real live stream on a game that I started was my Crew 2 series, where I started Crew 2. I didn't like it at first, and then I kept playing it. And then my second live stream, I believe, I was driving a Mustang. I was driving a Mustang in a hilltop place, and I get like a chat reference saying, "Is this game fun, or how are you?" I forgot how Blake started, but I looked at the name. I didn't want to like talk really back then because I had a crappy mic. And I looked at the name, and his gamer tag is Dab All Day 911 or 911. And really in 2018, was it 2018 or was it 20? I don't remember. It was around season 4 of Fortnite. I think it was 2018. Around the time that Dab was like a dumb meme that was invented in like 2016, and then it's still stupid. And if you mention it to me, I'll punch you in the face. I'm just kidding. I won't. It was just a stupid thing to say. No offense to Blake. I just didn't like the word dab. Most people didn't. A lot of people just do it to annoy people. I was driving, looked at the message, didn't want to reply. It said, "Is this game fun?" I said, then like 2 minutes after, he replied saying, "Do you have a mic?" And I said, "Yeah, this game is fun. Yeah, I have a mic. I just don't want to talk because I just want to enjoy the gameplay and let my viewers enjoy the gameplay." And usually, whenever people criticize me, I get mad. And whenever he criticized me, he said, "You should do more commentary on the game and more talking in the game so people realize that you have a mic." Because he said, after that, he said, "Well, you're the only person live streaming Crew 2 that has a mic, and that is not like a foreign language." And I was very surprised. And he said, "I know you're probably thinking you don't like playing with random people, and you probably don't want to play with me, but I'm getting the game later today, and I wanted to see if this game's fun or not from a perspective." And I'm like, "There's no problem with that. Just send me your username on PlayStation, and I'll invite you to my party whenever you get the game." And then he sent me his username, which is because he was watching it, I guess, on YouTube. And back then, Blake wasn't Blake that a lot of people know now. Blake was a different Blake. He was very... How do I say this? He was very... He was different. And a lot of people are different throughout the years. A lot of people are like, well, why don't you just say, because Fortnite wasn't really a big game back then. It was just a game that people talked about. Now it's a game that whenever you scroll through your YouTube recommended, you see this game everywhere. Don't get me wrong, Fortnite's fun, but it could get boring sometimes because it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Our first real Fortnite match was with one of his friends, and really I don't like playing with other friends. I like meeting the person first and then playing with his friends. That's how I was. It's a very wrong thing to do. Don't ever do that. Whatever you do, whatever you say, don't go by other people's actions, go by your actions. And I don't remember this friend's name. He rarely talks to anyone else, which surprises me. He says he does, but I don't see him do. And whenever we were playing, I was a noob at Fortnite. I wasn't really good. Everyone wasn't freaking insane at the game like they are now. Everyone rarely played the game. And that's whenever my mic broke. Me and Blake haven't talked after that. And then I got a new mic, and then I messaged him, so excited, ready to play with him. Because that's whenever our friendship started, was Fortnite. A lot of people say Fortnite's a trashy game. Well, it could be trashy, it could be bad. But whenever I met Blake, it was different. He was the boss. He wasn't like I am now. I'm very criticizing. I'm very judgmental. I'm very bossy and stuff. Blake isn't that really anymore. He's like, I'm like him, but younger, because Blake's older than me. Even though Blake can be dumb sometimes, we all can be dumb sometimes. And whenever we were playing together, I started noticing a difference. And normally you could change a friendship just by saying one word. And friends have fights. A lot of them do. That's what friendship is. Friendships, fights, it's not all love, it's not all hate, it's both. It's both at the same time. And a lot of people don't believe in this saying, but whenever you say something, it could change an action, it can change a point of view, it can change anything at any time. And say I go up to a random person, or say I go up to one of my friends and say, hey, you're being freaking annoying, you need to shut up right now. Now, you don't want to say this in person because that could really mess you up. You don't know how strong a person could be. You don't know how consistent or something like that could be. And I feel like, I know this is a wrong thing to say, but I'm sorry for Blake, but I feel like I push Blake more than I push Caleb, because Caleb's my real life friend and Blake's not. And that makes like a person like really freaking sad, because they're behind the mic. You can't do anything about it. But I'm gonna put furnaces here. In this. What was I gonna say? You could change, like anything can change by the flick of something. And I feel like a bad guy right now, because I feel like I mess with Blake more than I met, because I do. I really do. This is an honest statement. I should do this less. I know. But I feel like I shouldn't push anybody at all, because this bad guy. I honestly want to cry after saying that. I feel like every time whenever me and Blake get done playing, he regrets something. Like he doesn't want to play with me after saying, me and Blake and Caleb we've gotten into furious fights. Me and Blake once gone like a whole month without talking. And I apologize for what I've done, because I remember I was getting mad at the game and I accidentally said something to Blake, and then Blake got mad, and then I got mad because Blake said something. But whenever that all went like down, because my brother knows who Blake is. We play Minecraft, or not Minecraft together. We play Call of Duty together. We used to play it all the time. Christmas, we used to play it all the time during Halloween. That's whenever it came out. And they thought, because Blake, whenever he played the game more than I did at the start, and I still play the game more. And then he still plays the game more, but he's trying to catch up to me in levels. What was the word? I feel like whenever we played, it was like fire and ice. We like wanted to kill each other, but we also loved each other as friends. And Blake, you're one of my best friends. And I would do anything in the world to meet you or not ruin our friendship like I always do. It's not always you, it's always me. 'Cause I'm an idiot. I feel like we can grow on every fight we have, every straw we take out of the freaking wrapper. Whenever we do that, something goes down. Same goes with you, Caleb. That's how we can make our friendship grow more. We can make it grow by having a good time, having a bad time, going through things together. If you want to achieve something, you gotta thrive for it. You gotta go for it. Whenever I first got a PlayStation, all I wanted to do, whenever I first got one, was I wanted to see if bootless, because whenever I sold my PlayStation or Xbox, I didn't tell bootless or anything. I didn't tell anyone that I sold my Xbox. Whenever I sold my Xbox, I had second thoughts about selling it, so I got another one. Then I sold that one, and then I got another one, and then I sold that one, and then I still have my PlayStation. What was I gonna say? Because whenever I wanted a PlayStation, I wanted to find bootless. I couldn't find bootless because I didn't know if his name changed, and I couldn't spell his name right because I forgot. A month went by. Came home from school very bored because I had nothing to do, because I had no friends, had no people to talk to. I even remember begging my dad buying me a $30 mic and him saying, "No, you have friends on PlayStation, right?" And I said, "Yes." I lied. I lied to my own father about that. And I was very, 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 like, sad. And then I met someone, I haven't played with them since. And that got me into streaming, looking for people, Blake. And I didn't know Caleb had a PlayStation at the time. That's why you always question people. You never be scared. You have to go for it. You have to push it. If you don't push it, you don't get anything in return. Whenever I started playing with Caleb, I met his friends, and then Blake met his friends, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, and that's where I'm at right now. But it basically, if I would have never, ever known that Caleb had a PlayStation, none of this would have been going on right now. I mean, like, this world, this place I'm at right now, this mood I'm at right now, this gamer set I'm at right now. Blake got me into streaming more because he wanted to. He even, like, at the time, he had so much. He was like my idol in, like, YouTube. He even said, "Dude, if you want to stream, if you want more views, if you want more people to know you, you gotta thrive for it. You can't just give up." And he's the one who actually got me into streaming more. I really didn't like streaming. I didn't really like talking to people that can't hear me or can't talk back, but you can chat back. I didn't like just talking to people that I didn't know that were really here. If you want to meet people, you gotta take risks. You gotta make chances. A lot of people say, oh, internet chatting is very scary. It is. Because you don't know what's on the other side of your screen. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know, say, oh, a person says it's like a 12-year-old girl, when in reality it could be a 40-year-old man who's trying to get to your head. That's why you gotta be smart, you gotta be precise, you gotta be, like, I don't like to give any personal information, but see, a person like a pedophile or a kidnapper or an internet bully or anything, it could go on for days, hours, weeks, months, years, even centuries, just to get to you. It's unbelievable what people do nowadays. And I didn't really give my real name to Blake until like 5 months after. He gave it to me instantly. He was like, hi. I'm like, hey, I don't want to call you Dab all day, all the time. I don't want to call you Dab. I don't want to call you All. I don't want to call you Day. I don't want to call you 9/11. He was like, oh, just call me Blake. And I asked, oh, is that your real name? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay. And then he was like, okay, I'll call you Skippy. He was like, oh, that's not my real name. That's my dad's gamer tag, which is a true story. And he was like, oh, what should I call you? And I'm like, okay, Skippy's fine. Or you could call me Skippers or Skips or Skip or whatever. He was like, okay. And then he called me Skippy. And then I gave him my real name. And really, he rarely says my name. We say his name a lot because, you know, even though he gets on our nerves, Blake could be super hilarious. He could be super annoying. He could be super frustrating. But that's what friends are. They do stuff to get people's attention and stuff and make you happy. They be there for you. Caleb can be frustrating. Caleb can be funny. Caleb can be annoying. I can be annoying. I can be frustrating. I could be annoying. I said annoying already. I could be that type of thing that you're like, oh, this guy fucking shuts up. But you gotta be that person to start stuff and finish stuff. Starting like arguments, that's not wrong. It could be wrong sometimes, but it's not always wrong. It could be right, it could be wrong, it could be both. You get in an argument, you don't talk for a couple minutes or a couple days, months, etc., etc. But you want to talk to that person because you miss that person. Usually my daily routine is wake up, get all my personal stuff done, get online, play with either Blake, Caleb, or Lorenzo. I haven't mentioned Lorenzo, and that's for another stream that I'm going to be doing later today. But probably no, I'll probably forget. But that say you break up a friendship, that chunk out of your routine you'll be forgotten. You don't want to forget about it. You always regret doing something. You make mistakes. That's what makes us human. But enough is enough. Let's end this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a fantastic 1 hour, 16 minutes, 60 seconds of me just talking and building. Really didn't do much this stream. Just wanted to talk to myself. Talk to you guys. You girls. You guys, girls. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and gals. People. But if you did enjoy, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, tune into my streams, and you'll learn more about me friendships, me gaming. I'm gonna probably name a series. This is probably gonna be the first episode of, let's call this Angry Talks, or Skippy Talks. What should it be? Either or. What was I gonna do? I was gonna say that I'm gonna get some shut-eye. Hope you do too. Stay healthy, stay positive, stay fantastic. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, the rest of whatever you're doing right now. I hope you enjoy it. If you're not having a good day, come to the stream and listen. It's basically like a mini podcast of me playing video games and talking commentary. Hope you enjoyed Minecraft boobs. And see you guys and gals later. Peace.